Set hand, 319.
Starting from the 20, a hand to Warren, who bends it back. Nice start, breaking tackles. And knocked down at the 30. A pickup of 10.
319.
Quick throw. Ball comes out quick with Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. DK Metcalf out across the 45.
58.
Rodgers, good protection. Pass too high for Gainwell, and he was covered well by To'o, and it's fourth down. Stroud steps up, floats it, looking downfield, and a diving grab by Kirk. Christian Kirk with a brilliant catch.
Trying to give himself an edge, and he comes out early.
Queen coming on a blitz. Stroud hurried on the throw, and it's incomplete. TJ Watt with pressure. It's fourth down. He has been the majority owner since 2017. He is watching from a booth nearby as Rodgers rolls out to his left, has his man. Pass caught by Metcalf and into Houston territory with a big play of 25 yards. And that's the matchup now. Handoff is to Gainwell. On first down, it's a gain of 6, and we go to Laura. On third down and 10, Rodgers able to complete. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, but it's fourth down. 32-yard try for Chris Boswell. And like he typically is, perfect right down the middle. Now 18 for 18 in his career.
118.
Second and 6. Here's Marks. Right up the gut, and Woody Marks is going to be knocked down just short of first down yardage. Chubb in the backfield on third down and 3. Pressure on Stroud, throws, passes, caught. That's Hutchinson. And a strong catch. He got popped right after making the grab. A gain of 16 and a first down.
118.
Extra offensive lineman in there. Fisher, here's a little pitch back to Stroud, looking to air it out. Ball's out. Recovered by Pittsburgh and Y.A. Black. Brings up third down and 10. Pressure off the edge from Anderson. He gets ridden right past Rodgers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is brought down way short of first down yardage. The Steelers were losing here to the Bills. They won 4 of their last 5, and here they are as AFC North champs. Snap gets away from Stroud. In trouble. Throws it, incomplete. And he was under pressure from Brandon Eccles after he could not corral the snap from the side. Out to his left on the move. Pass is caught, and a first down grab by Christian Kirk.
The ball out to his tight end.
Second down and 10. Stroud over the middle. Nice throw, nice catch. And there is Nico Collins. Stroud throws low but caught. First down Houston. And the grab is by Schultz.
118.
And Marks gets it. Gets to the edge. Cuts it upfield. Has a first down. Tripped up inside the 15. And a good block from Blake Fisher. We talked about him earlier. Longest run of the night, 20 yards. From the 13. Marks spins down near the 6. And it's second and 3. Fake toss. Wide open. Spinning catch. Kirk touchdown. Strong play and a good catch by Kirk. Ball a little behind him, and the Texans have their first lead of the night.
But this is an excellent job. It's designed well. They're going to act like they're going to turn and toss it behind him. But as Kirk comes across, he's open immediately. And typically down here, you make a throw behind a receiver like that, the defense is going to be able to make up for the difference and then make the play. But Christian Kirk able to make a man miss. And this is a defense that really does not try to fool you. They line up and just come after you.
Second down and 10, play action. Rodgers in trouble and nowhere to go. Danielle Hunter was right there in his face. And a flag is thrown at the end of the play.
Yeah, he was still in the tackle box.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 8. That includes a loss of down. Third down.
Coming off the field after that long drive by the Texans. They go to Gainwell. He's got a long way to go, and he survived that hit.
In this first half.
Ball is down on the ground again. Stroud picks it up. Ball is out again. Watt's on it. All season has lost 2 in the first half tonight, and there's Benton knocking it out.
Yeah, he knocks it out as he's coming back, trying to get it out of his hands. Puts the ball on the ground, and he just is not securing the football. It's the second time he's put it on the ground. He's been fortunate to get it back, but then just careless at the end, trying to unload it with a pass, and that's the break.
Trailing by 4. Rodgers. Gainwell is brought down by Lassiter. They go right to it. Rodgers keeps. He goes to his bet, and Thielen's got a first down. Rodgers in trouble, and down he goes. Houston's defense makes another play. And knocks it through. 19 for 19 now in his playoff career. Over to the right side, and the pass is caught by Christian Kirk. A gain of 5. Pittsburgh charged a timeout for the injury. 3rd down and 5. Stroud. He's got Kirk, and Kirk's got a first down. He's got a touchdown in tonight's game. Now he's got a first down, and a timeout is taken after a gain of 7. 2nd and 10. Marks gets hit and dropped, and the ball out. That's no catch. Incomplete, and Peyton Wilson made that play. Texans are 7 for 9 on 3rd downs on offense. Steelers are 0 for 6. Here's a completion to get this second half started to Jaden Higgins, and a quick first down by the Texans.
Here we are, a 7-6 ball game, and really Pittsburgh's not done much of anything.
Here's a handoff to Marks, and Woody Marks gets a first down and picks up 14. So back-to-back big plays and back-to-back first downs for the Texans to start the second half. 30 yards on back-to-back plays to start the half. Wide open, nice catch, and a grab by Higgins. His second catch on this possession. Y.A. Black comes in for Hayward. Hand off to Marks. And another nice gain, about 9.5, as Jalen Ramsey. Stroud in trouble, finds a place to go, and he's picked. Eccles has got it. Another turnover by this Texans offense. For the Steelers. Eccles with the interception. Steelers ball.
Here we go.
First down at 15, quick throw. This is Austin, and he's brought down by Petrie. The ball's coming out quick. There's nothing downfield. Steelers have not faced a 3rd down shorter than 7 yards. It's 3rd down and 9. Here's one downfield. He's got Valdez-Scantling in a much-needed Steeler first down. 3rd down and 12. Projection, aired out, downfield. Austin, contact, and no flag.
And it's uncharacteristic. This is an offense, 2nd in the league coming into this game. Just 12 turnovers on the year.
On 2nd and 10 after the penalty on Schultz.
And keeping his eyes down the field, but they've got him out of sorts.
3rd down and 10. Receiver Collins fell down, and it's incomplete 4th down. Not a lot of room for this Steelers offense, and Aaron Rodgers play action to start. Protected. He's got a man. He's got Thielen. And a nice catch. Rodgers, ball's knocked out of his hand. And it's recovered by Mason McCormick. 14-play drive have gone fumble, punt, interception, punt. And now another miss on the snap. What is going on?
Jake Andrews, he snaps it without being told it was time.
Stroud able to step into it and looking downfield. He's got Kirk. Would be a 50 or 51-yard field goal try from this spot. 3rd down and 6. Quick throw, sideline. Spinning try, and the pass incomplete, and Porter was there for the Steelers. The young man from Hawaii has got it, and a thing of beauty.
You do not win a playoff game. It is absolutely demoralizing.
Here is Gainwell, started to his right, back to his left, and a nice start.
Against this defense on the ground, boy, they're few and far between.
Here's Gainwell met in the backfield. Togiai. 3rd down and 12. Rodgers, time runs out. Ball is out. It's picked up by the Texans and Sheldon Rankins. And he is in for a touchdown.
You've got the pressure off the edge with Will Anderson, and then Rankins comes here, and he goes right through left guard Sayamalu. I mean, this is a 2-man rush on that left side, and both guys get home. In a close ball game, the defense, as you would expect, comes up with the huge play.
And it is a touchdown. He never went down. Rankins picked it up while he was standing up. Guy that came to Houston. And now the Steelers will try to catch Houston substituting. Strong catch. Freiermuth. Good throw, good catch, and a flag is down in the secondary. 1st down to the 45. Rodgers looking left and now gets tripped up as he tried to take off.
The last few years.
It's been 3rd down and long all night for the Steelers. This ball is hit at the line of scrimmage.
We're on the roster prior to D'Amico Ryans taking over.
Here is a quick throw for a 1st down to Jaden Higgins. Third down and 4. 1st down, and there he is again. What a night for Christian Kirk. Decisions to be made as they go forward. 1st down and goal, ball back outside the 10 as Marks has his first 100-yard game and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. As we look at Marks, who got down and then got in. 2nd down and 10. Rodgers, Gainwell drops it. There is nothing going right.
A lot of networks knocking on his door, that's for sure. And if he wants to continue to coach, if he's let go, there'll be a lot of suitors knocking on his door for that as well.
Here's an interception for good measure. It's picked off by Bullock. And Rodgers is in his way, trying to make the tackle. Can't. And it's a touchdown, Texans. The man who is number 1 all time in interception percentage as a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, throws a long pick 6.
Yeah, he sure does. Bullock, this is his 5th interception of the year. He had 5 last year, which led the team, and this entire secondary has been a ball hawking group.
A line drive that is no good. Went under the crossbar. It is a 30-6 win for the Houston Texans with a dominating defensive performance. The Steelers are finished, and D'Amico Ryans' Texans are moving on to a date with the New England Patriots. Rodgers' last pass went for a pick 6.